The swamps and wetlands of the Deep South project a deceptive calm to the untrained eye. But just look below the surface, and you'll find the ultimate predator patiently awaiting to attack anything that enters his domain. This is the habitat of the American alligator. In 1999, New Orleans Audubon Zoo set out to recreate this treacherous world. In the middle of an urban South, with a naturalistic detail not seen in any other zoo swamp in the world. An environment so real that there are no behind-the-scenes facilities, and the alligators live 24 hours a day in the swamp itself. How can they create such a natural wonder and maintain control over its apex predator? Ultimate Zoo goes inside the Audubon's Louisiana swamp to find out. When the Audubon Zoo accepted the challenge of bringing the swamp to New Orleans, leading the way was veteran curator Rick Atkinson, a New Orleans native with a passion to protect and preserve the wildlife in the region's swamps.
This area where we built the swamp exhibit had been a cypress swamp, that the land had been filled as a part of Audubon Park, and we excavated it. We actually lowered the land here to recreate a swamp where there had been a swamp.
Rick oversaw the development of the exhibit. He and his team would create an environment to show off the animals native to the area. But the star of the show would be the most fearsome carnivore, the American alligator. Stretching to more than 13 feet and weighing in at 800 pounds, the gators native to the southeast United States have jaws that deliver over 1.5 tons of crushing power per square inch. This is one of the many reasons zoos place animals in holding pens or tanks. Not so in this swamp.
In this lagoon, we did something that a lot of zoos don't want to get into, and that's we keep alligators on a natural bottom. That they're free to burrow into the banks and do the kind of alteration of their habitat that alligators are known for.
But giving the exhibit natural banks created a major problem. When gators dig, they can tunnel 30 feet or more through the mud. That means the ground here could collapse under the keeper's feet at any time. Plunging into a crater occupied by a surprised and angry carnivore is one close encounter that every keeper fears. Each day, it's Londo McCall's job to seek out these landmines and fill them in when they get too big.
One of the morning tasks again at the zoo here is to walk through the entire exhibit every morning and check all the lagoons.
Every time Londo steps into the swamp, there's a possibility of stepping in the wrong spot, which could prove deadly.
We have steps built into the wall, but every once in a while, alligators like to hide under it.
Londo has been an alligator keeper here for 2 years, and while he's always loved reptiles, the simple fact that he's been able to get so perilously close to them is the biggest thrill of his job. Another daily dilemma confronting the swamp crew is duckweed, a fast-growing plant that grows wild on the swamp's surface. Here, while it makes the habitat look authentic, it adds greater camouflage to the stealthy gators, creating a potentially deadly hazard for the keepers, who have to enter the habitat every day. Keepers must corral the duckweed like an oil spill with this plastic boom, then scoop it away. It's a tough job, and with gators circling below, one slip could leave a keeper at the mercy of a man-eater.
You gotta keep their eye on them, because once the duckweed all gets bunched together, it gets kind of thick, so you don't know if one's hiding under it, it'll pop up, get a little scared sometimes.
With 1 million gallons spread across this swamp exhibit, the fight to manage the water levels here is an endless one. A hurricane or heavy rain could create a surge in water levels, potentially allowing for an alligator's escape. To deal with this, the swamp was built on a massive pump system, which can move tons of water in an instant to prevent catastrophe. But when it comes to feeding these hungry predators, there is no high-tech safety net to protect the keepers. Coming up, armed with only a pole and a bucket of meat, Londo faces down 5 hungry man-eaters. Then, meet one of the rarest reptiles on the planet when Ultimate Zoo returns.